Before I start this video, are you subscribed? If you're not subscribed, you should be. All right, hello everybody. So I've received some feedback. Um, today's video is going to be Solar Edge Part 2, where I am basically just going to go farther into it. So two things I'm going to do. I'm still going to do the financials. I probably won't do it again with Solar Edge because I already have the rating for it and everything, and the video's up. But what I'm going to do is look into their chart, do some technical things. I've had a lot of experience with technicals over the past few years, so I sort of know a little bit, but going to go into technicals, and then I'm also going to go into their the software I use has like summaries of earnings reports. So I'm going to go into probably one or two of those and look at like individual product growth, company specific metrics, things like that, just to see how the company specifically is improving. So one thing I did realize is like going through financial statements is a little different for a lot of companies. Like someone was talking about Rocket Lab, where they put a ton into research and development and made some like really, really good leaps and bounds with their own technology, but it's obviously not going to show up short term in their financial statements. So they got a low rating, but they've been innovating a lot. So things like that. So I'm going to kind of put it, videos will be in three parts now, where it is the financial statement analysis. I'll look into the chart, and then I'll look into company specific data and metrics like that. So we'll get into it with part 2 and 3 of Solar Edge. And then later today, I think I'm going to do probably Soundhound, hymns. We'll see. But anyway, let's get into it. All right. So this is the recent Solar Edge stock. I mean, you could see exactly what has been going on for the past 2 years. Not the greatest thing for the company. So they were sitting between about 200 and almost upper 300s from about 2020 to 23, and have taken a sharp decline since then. More recently, it's kind of flattened out, but not as much. They just had an earnings report that people did not like very much. I believe their operating margin was like negative 200 something percent. But one thing to note for the recent technical side is there is a downtrending sort of resistance here that you can see. You'll have to see if it continues to bump up out of this, and also if it can sort of break the channel that's forming. But overall, the chart for Solar Edge, I mean, if you think that they can come out of their cash flow situation, then this chart is the greatest thing you'll ever see, and it's the cheapest the stock will probably ever go, unless it continues to go into the single digits, which is a possibility. But this could be a huge opportunity. Maybe they'll come out of their situation successfully. But there's two things I want to look at. So this is some metrics from their Q2 earnings report. So you could see non-GAAP operating margin negative 43%, 2 million. So they're down from 5.5 million over the past year for Q2. Inverter units are down a lot. Megawatts shipped is at 873. Batteries are at 128. Now, this is the Q3 earnings report, which they just released about a week and a half ago. So you can see their operating margin is now at negative 375%, which is crazy. Their megawatts went down slightly more, and I believe their megawatt hours of batteries increased slightly. So that is just something to look at for them. I mean, operating margin is just increasingly negative now. Can they turn that around? Possibly. But another thing I want to look at is this thing I found for the takeaways from analysts. So these are basically just comments that analysts have made on the companies. Few things I wanted to note. Plans double-digit price cuts to compete with customers in Europe. So that is fairly negative towards their margins. Guidance cut by 40% across the board. That is not great. Another one that says challenging outlook in Europe. Q3 print disappointing, but had low expectations. One thing that I did see is this one, which was fairly positive. Well, aims to reach break-even cash flow by early 25, which if that does happen, that could be really good, though long-term profitability remains uncertain. So that is definitely something that is a little more positive. If they can get to break-even cash flow, they could start trying to improve on the sustainability of their own company. And then they also have the average ratings here. The average rating is 1684, which I mean, the company is at 14 right now. I don't even think it is at 14. It's probably lower than that if I had to guess, but I'm going to tell you in a sec. Yeah, right now it's at 11. So this 14 was from November 7th. So it has dropped from 1474 to under $11 in the past 2 weeks, which is not great. That's almost entirely because of this earnings report. But yeah, just some key things to see for that. So I think that's it. That's all I really wanted to go over. I'm going to start doing this for every company and all in one as well. I just wanted to do this for SolarEdge because it was by far my most popular video so far. So hope you got something out of this. Hope you learned something. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.